Hello, my beautiful, radiant Leo souls, and welcome back to Cosmic Wisdom, your sacred space for celestial truth and soul alignment. I am so deeply honored to connect with your magnificent energy today because the universe has a message for you, a powerful, heart-stopping truth that has been waiting for the perfect moment to be revealed. Have you ever felt the aftershock of a connection that ended and witnessed the world of the other person begin to crumble? Today, we are going to talk about that. Because, dear Leo, the collapse of their world wasn't a punishment from a vengeful source. Oh no, it was the cosmic price, the energetic toll for attempting to dim a star. It was the universe itself responding to the grave misuse of your sacred, fiery, and impossibly generous heart. If you are a Leo, a magnificent lion or lioness who once poured your golden light into another, only to have that light betrayed, trampled upon, or taken for granted, then what you are about to hear is not just a reading. It is a cosmic download, a celestial truth sent directly to the core of your being. Before we venture deeper into this sacred space, I want to invite you to anchor this energy with us. It's a way of telling the universe that you are listening, that you are ready to receive. In the comments below, I want you to write, with all the intention of your beautiful heart, I am ready to reclaim my light. And as you do, feel that statement vibrate through your entire being. And if you have not yet become a part of our Cosmic Wisdom family, now is the perfect moment. Smash that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you never miss these essential cosmic updates designed to empower and illuminate your path. Let's create this beautiful community of light together. Now, take a deep, cleansing breath with me. In the next few moments, we are going to journey through 4 profound stages of this truth. We will explore the cosmic echo of betrayal and why karma is not about hatred, but about balance. We will feel into the celestial guardians of your heart, the unseen forces that have always protected your royal spirit. We will uncover the deepest mystery of all, why your fiery soul was specifically chosen to carry the divine spark of creation and courage. And finally, we will witness the glorious rebirth of your inner sun, a transformation so profound it will change the very fabric of your reality. Stay with me, beautiful Leo, because your soul has been waiting for this validation. Your journey of understanding begins now. There are certain wounds, magnificent Leo, that you never speak of. Not because you lack the words, your voice can roar with the power of 1,000 suns, but because the betrayal ran so deep, it felt unspeakable. It was a time when your radiant heart, a heart that gives so freely, so generously, was touched by an energy that was simply not worthy of its warmth. And in that moment, you learned a profound lesson. Not every wound needs to be broadcast to be real. Do you remember those nights? Those nights when you lay awake, the silence of the room deafening, your mind racing with one single burning question. How? How can they be living in peace? You, the one who loved with the courage of a lion, who built a throne of trust for them in the very center of your kingdom, were left to survey the ruins alone. You were the one carrying the scars, feeling the sting of a loyalty that was met with deception. It felt as though you were the one left unprotected, your glorious mane matted with the tears of disbelief. But here is the celestial truth that the universe is whispering to you right now, a truth that changes everything. No one, and I mean no one, can attempt to extinguish the light of a chosen soul like yours without facing the cosmic echo of their own actions. In every moment you chose dignity over drama. In every instance, you chose a noble retreat over a bitter war. You were not being weak. You were invoking a power far greater than yourself. You were activating the unbreakable laws of energetic return. You see, my dear Leo, you didn't need to lift a finger. You didn't need to roar in anger or seek your own revenge. The moment your generous heart was shattered, a vibration was sent out into the cosmos. A signal was lit. An unseen, unshakable force began to move. Think of it like this. The universe loves balance. It operates on a flawless system of cause and effect. And when someone introduces a vibration of deep injustice, of manipulation, of taking the pure, golden energy of a Leo heart and twisting it for their own gain, the universe must respond. It must restore equilibrium. So, while you may not have seen a lightning bolt strike from the heavens, the shift was happening. Slowly, subtly, but with absolute certainty. Perhaps one day, the career they valued more than your heart began to inexplicably crumble. Maybe the social status they used to belittle you began to dissolve like sand through their fingers. Or perhaps, one lonely night, they woke up with a profound and hollow emptiness, a chilling coldness that no worldly success could ever warm, and they had no idea why. It's because they tried to steal the warmth from a sun. They didn't realize they had betrayed a soul marked by celestial royalty, a soul whose divine purpose is not to retaliate, but to radiate, to teach the world about courage, generosity, and the ferocious power of an open heart, even a heart that has been broken. You, magnificent Leo, are one of these souls. Your purpose isn't to fight fire with fire. Your purpose is to be the fire, to be the light. A light so brilliant that darkness simply cannot survive in its presence for long. It recedes, it scatters, it collapses under its own weight. And that is why the death, the symbolic death of their world, their joy, their peace, was not a punishment designed to bring you satisfaction. It was a cosmic realignment. It was a sign to you that the laws of energy are real. They are active and they never, ever sleep. As you sit here, listening to these words, perhaps in a room filled with the soft glow of a lamp, I want you to check in with your body. Can you feel that subtle release in your chest? That gentle sigh that just escaped your lips? That, my beautiful friend, is your soul finally understanding. It's your spirit acknowledging that you no longer have to carry the weight of that injustice. The ones who harmed you, they shouldn't be afraid of you. They should be in awe of the universe that so fiercely protects its brightest stars, because not everyone is worthy of standing in the warmth of your light, and certainly, not everyone can bear the consequences of trying to put it out. You, Leo, are sacred ground. You are a walking, breathing temple of courage and light. And anyone who dares to defile that temple will find that the universe itself will handle the eviction. The divine justice you have been waiting for has been at work all along, silently, profoundly, and with an irreversible power that is as steady and true as the rising of the sun. And if this is just the beginning of the universal rebalancing, imagine what is being prepared to be restored to you. A love worthy of your royalty. A recognition that mirrors your true magnificence. A destiny that will make all the past shadows disappear in your brilliant light. There is a feeling, Leo, that is so unique to your powerful heart. It's the feeling of standing in the center of a cheering crowd, yet feeling utterly and completely alone. It's the paradox of being the sun that warms everyone else, while your own core feels a secret chill. They see your smile, your confidence, your effortless charisma. They hear your laughter and your words of encouragement, but they don't see the storms raging behind your eyes, the silent battles you fight every single day. For how long have you lived this way? You, the natural leader, the protector of your pride, have rarely shown the true depth of your vulnerability. Not because you're not in touch with your emotions, your heart is a vast and passionate ocean, but because in the past, when you did, it was not honored. There were moments you revealed a crack in your golden armor, and someone used it as a target. There were times you spoke from the deepest chambers of your heart, only to be met with a casual indifference that felt colder than any outright rejection. And so, you learned. You learned to keep your own counsel. You chose a dignified silence as your shield, retreating into your own inner kingdom to protect the sacred flame that still flickered within. But even in your most solitary moments, even when you felt like a king or queen in an empty castle, you were never, ever truly alone. Oh, my beautiful Leo, if only you could see with your spiritual eyes what I can see. There are presences, energies, and guardians that the human eye cannot perceive. There is a celestial pride that walks with you, unseen. There are hands of light that have always been on your shoulders, steadying you. There are footsteps of ancient royal ancestors walking beside you on the very path you believed you were treading in isolation. You have been guarded. You have been protected, not from all pain, because pain is the fire that forges the crown you are meant to wear. But you have been protected from annihilation. You have been shielded from despair. In many spiritual traditions, we speak of guardian angels and spirit guides. In the ancient texts, like Psalm 91, it is promised, "He will command his angels concerning you to guard you in all your ways." This isn't just a beautiful sentiment, Leo. It is a living, breathing reality for a soul as significant as yours. Think back. Haven't you fallen? Haven't you been brought to your knees by heartbreak and betrayal? Haven't there been moments where you truly wanted to give up, to let your light go out for good? And yet, you are still here. You are listening to these words right now. Your heart, though it may bear the scars of a warrior, still beats with the rhythm of a drum, calling your tribe to you. Your spirit, though it has been tested, still holds a flicker of faith, a quiet prayer for a brighter dawn. That was not an accident. That was divine intervention. That wasn't just your own strength, though your strength is legendary. It was the collective power of your celestial guardians, your ancestors, those beings of pure light who are drawn to your magnificent frequency. Have you ever been about to break and suddenly found a feather on your path? Have you ever felt a sudden, inexplicable wave of warmth and courage wash over you in a moment of fear? Have you ever had a song come on the radio with the exact message your soul needed to hear? That, my friend, was not a coincidence. It was a wink from the universe. It was a sign from your guardians, a gentle but firm reminder. We are here. You are not lost. You are simply on a hero's journey. Your soul is not just a fleeting spark of consciousness in this lifetime. No, Leo, you are an ancient soul, a soul that has journeyed through countless lifetimes, learning, loving, leading, and shining. And in each of those lives, your divine spark, your sacred fire, was preserved and protected, passed down like a royal heirloom. So please, do not let the coldness of this world make you forget the eternal fire you carry within. Do not let the words of those who cannot comprehend your brightness make you doubt your own magnificence. Because in the very moment you feel you cannot go on, something will shift. A sign, a synchronicity, a small miracle will appear to whisper, "Keep going. Your kingdom awaits." If these words are resonating deep within your soul, if you can feel a subtle trembling of recognition in your heart, I invite you, if you feel called, to share a quiet message back to the universe in the comments. It doesn't need to be long. Something as simple as, "My light is divinely protected." Let it be a declaration, an affirmation that you are acknowledging the unseen help you have always had. Because if any soul is worthy of being held, of being protected, of being celebrated for its sheer, radiant existence, it is you, magnificent Leo. Not every soul is chosen for the path you walk, Leo. Many are born to reflect light, but a select few, the truly brave ones, are born to be the light. If you have ever looked at the tapestry of your life, with its brilliant highs and its devastating lows, and wondered, why me? Why so much intensity? Why so much responsibility to be the strong one? It is because you have forgotten a fundamental truth about your mission. You did not come here for an easy life. You came here to be a beacon. Have you ever asked yourself, why do I give so much, even to those who don't seem to deserve it? Why does my loyalty run so deep, even after it has been betrayed? Why do I have this unshakable instinct to protect and uplift others, even when I am the one who needs protecting? You may have, in your darker moments, called yourself a fool. You may have thought you were too trusting, too generous, too much. But let me tell you something with all the certainty of the cosmos. You are not weak. You are not a fool. You are simply operating from a higher, more ancient frequency. Your soul, magnificent Leo, did not come to this earth to play small games of ego and revenge. You came here to demonstrate what divine, unconditional love looks like in action. You didn't come here to conquer others. You came to inspire them, to show them the radiant part of themselves they have forgotten. You forgive, not because you are a doormat, but because you possess a royal magnanimity that understands that holding on to bitterness is a poison that only harms the one who drinks it. Your heart is too vast to be a vessel for resentment. You let go, not because you are weak, but because you are wise. You understand that your energy is a precious, sacred resource, and it is better spent on creating your own bright future than on replaying the dark scenes of the past. In all the great spiritual traditions, there are figures who embody this radiant, heart-centered power. The archetype of the benevolent king or queen, the compassionate warrior, the sun god. These are all echoes of your energetic signature. You have been chosen, Leo, not because you are perfect, but because you are courageous enough to keep your heart open in a world that often encourages us to shut down. You dare to feel, to love, to shine, even after you have been burned. That is not weakness. That is the very definition of divine strength. No one sees the hours you have spent alone, rebuilding your own confidence after it was shattered. No one knows the sheer force of will it takes for you to get up, put on your brave face, and shine your light on the world when you are feeling broken inside. No one knows the weight of being the one everyone else looks to for strength. But your soul knows, and the universe knows, and it honors you for it. Here is why people sometimes leave you, Leo. It's not because you are too much. It is because you are a living sun, and your light illuminates everything. When people stand in your presence, they cannot hide from themselves. Your authenticity acts as a mirror, and in it, they see their own lack of courage, their own diminished light, their own compromises, And for those who are not ready to face their own shadows, your brilliance is simply too uncomfortable to bear. So they retreat. They did not reject you. They rejected the call to rise to their own potential that your very presence represents. Your soul is fire. Fire does not apologize for its heat. Fire does not ask for permission to burn brightly. It simply is. It provides warmth, it provides light, it purifies, and it transforms everything it touches. That is your purpose. Not to be glorified, though you will be, but to live as a walking, breathing reminder that true courage still exists, that unwavering loyalty is possible, that a heart can be broken into a million pieces and still, somehow, learn to shine even more brilliantly than before. If something inside you is stirring right now, like the embers of a great fire being fanned back to life, then know this: you don't need to do anything to be chosen. You were chosen the moment your soul said yes to this incarnation, to this mission of being a lighthouse in the storm. This is your moment of remembering. There is a quiet truth, Leo, that you have been circling for some time. You are not afraid of new pain. You are terrified of repeating the old pain. You are afraid of being hurt in the exact same way again. And because of this, there was a chapter in your life, perhaps a recent one, where you gave your loyalty to someone you knew deep down wasn't worthy of it. You went back, you gave another chance, not because you were naive, but because you didn't know if you were strong enough to face the silence, to sit on your throne alone. There were times you forgave, not out of true magnanimity, but out of a fear of the void they would leave behind. You accepted less than the royal treatment you deserve, because you were afraid of having nothing at all. You stayed silent when you were disrespected, just to keep the peace in a kingdom that had already lost its harmony. You put on a performance of happiness for someone who you knew, in your heart of hearts, no longer truly saw your light. But then one day, something shifted. It wasn't a dramatic explosion. It wasn't a fiery confrontation. It was a deep, rumbling exhaustion in your soul. A quiet but resolute decision that rose from the very core of your being. You were just done. You were done spinning in the same cycle. You were done pouring your liquid gold into a cup that was riddled with cracks. You were done waiting by the phone. You were done trying to stretch a story that had already reached its final page, simply because you feared the next chapter might be blank. And in that moment, your rebirth began. It didn't arrive with a marching band or a returning lover begging for forgiveness. It arrived with a simple, two-word declaration whispered to your own reflection: no more. And that no more was not bitter. It was not angry. It was a statement of fact. It was the quiet, dignified end of an era. A goodbye without an announcement. A wound that had finally stopped bleeding. You began to turn your magnificent energy inward, not to hide from the world, but to return to your first and most important kingdom, yourself. You began to rebuild. You started to remember who you were before they told you who you should be. This, my dear Leo, is the sacred difference between starting over and being reborn. Starting over is erasing the board. Rebirth is continuing your journey without carrying the heavy, unnecessary baggage of the past. You are not a new version of you. You are the truest version of you, the one who has finally let go of everything and everyone that is not in alignment with your royal soul. No one needs to tell you that you've changed, because your very energy announces it. You walk with a new regality, not because you are happier, but because you no longer drag the weight of unworthy connections behind you. Your smile is more radiant. not because the pain is gone, but because you have chosen not to let the scars define your future. You may even be quieter, not because you have nothing to say, but because you now understand that your presence speaks volumes, and not everyone has earned the right to hear your sacred words. In that newfound inner silence, you hear the call of your own soul. It's whispering to you that you made it through the fire. You stepped out of the darkness, not unscathed, but no longer defined by it. You have come back to yourself. You are no longer waiting to be chosen. You, magnificent Leo, are the one who chooses. That is the feeling of rebirth. It's a quiet, powerful, unshakable coronation of the self. No more repeating the wound. No more repeating the sacrifice. No more misplaced loyalty. No more dimming your own light to make others feel comfortable. And once you stop repeating, everything begins to change. The universe rushes in to fill the space you have created. Opportunities that once passed you by now land at your feet. A new pride of people, a royal court of souls who see and celebrate your light, begin to gather around you. Your creativity, that divine fire within you, roars back to life. You are a living, breathing testament to the power of resurrection. My dearest Leo, our journey today comes to a close, but yours is just beginning. You did not just survive the fire. You were reborn in it. You have returned to the part of your soul that is pure, untamed, and magnificently sovereign. You no longer need to be understood by the masses. You no longer hunger to be chosen by another. You only need to be in all the glory of the light you have so courageously preserved. Whoever once hurt you, whoever once dimmed your shine, is no longer a resident of your kingdom. They are a ghost from a past life. There is no need to look back, for there is nothing there for you. The future that is rushing toward you is more brilliant than you can possibly imagine. If something inside you has clicked into place today, if you feel the truth of this message in every cell of your being, I invite you to leave a final soul marker in the comments below. A whisper back to the cosmos that you have heard its call. Simply write, "I have returned to my throne." May you, magnificent Leo, step into the coming days with a heart as brave and radiant as the sun, with a spirit that is generous but wise, and with a soul that now knows, without a single doubt, its own sacred and immeasurable worth. I see you, I honor you, and I cannot wait to witness all the magic you are about to create. Thank you for sharing your precious energy with me today. Until we meet again, may your light shine ever brightly.